Welcome to The Terrible Take, a daily segment telling Steelers Nation what's on our mind. I'm Melanie Friedlander. Unless you were hiding in the mountains with no cell service this past week, you couldn't possibly miss the endless discussions regarding Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson and which NFL team may trade for him. For those who have been off the grid, here's the short update. Following allegations of sexual assault, a grand jury met 2 days ago, and later in the day it was announced that Watson would not face criminal charges. That leaves him to defend or settle 22 civil cases. The source war then escalated, with many self-proclaimed NFL insiders reporting which teams were making trade offers, or at least planning to do so. Our own Matthew Marcy did a superb job examining this option for the Steelers from all angles, and I strongly encourage you to read his post from March 10th on SteelersDepot.com. Dave Bryan and Alex Kozora also broke it down for the first hour of the Friday Terrible podcast and left no stone unturned. What they all concluded is that if the Steelers wanted Deshaun Watson as their quarterback for 2022 in the future, they would be able to get it done. I won't repeat the fantastic work they've already done. Instead, I want to look at the variable they couldn't account for. The Steelers can make this deal if, and it's a big if, Art Rooney II, owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, signs off on it. And the $35 million question is, will he? Obviously, I don't know that answer, and only those within the organization know for sure. But I'm guessing the answer is no, based on the team's handling of a similar situation with the quarterback who just retired after playing in Pittsburgh for 18 years. According to Hall of Fame linebacker and former 49ers head coach Mike Singletary, the Steelers had a trade in place to send quarterback Ben Roethlisberger to San Francisco back in 2009 when he was coming off his second Super Bowl win. This was in response to a civil suit accusing him of sexual assault filed in July 2009, which was eventually settled in 2012. No criminal charges were filed. There were also multiple reports of the Steelers trying to trade their franchise quarterback in April 2010, prior to the draft that year and following the announcement of a 6-game suspension for a second accusation of sexual assault. In that case, the alleged victim did not pursue a civil suit, and the DA said he did not have sufficient evidence to proceed with a criminal case. That 6-game suspension was eventually dropped to 4 games. None of us know what really happened that night in Milledgeville, Georgia back in 2010. And none of us know what really went on between Deshaun Watson and the massage therapists who have accused him of sexual assault. I'm only focusing on the facts involving both players, not what we might think of them as men. And while fans have strong opinions about both cases and their desire to see the Steelers find their next franchise quarterback, it all comes down to the man who owns the team. Despite the lack of criminal charges, Watson's talent and potential to lead the Steelers to their next Super Bowl victory may not be enough for Mr. Rooney to look past the likely public relations challenge that trading for him may present. My guess is it won't. That's my terrible take. You can follow me on Twitter @GirlSurgeon. Follow us at SteelersDepot.com. You can check out The Terrible Take every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And check out The Terrible Podcast with Dave Bryan and Alex Kozora every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.